In this game, Robin took black and Łukasz took white. Hello, yes. Nice to meet you online after meeting you offline. Wait, or not after. I am not sure. I think we met in France, but I am not completely sure. This. And this is an unexpected Joseki. It's a possible play. Yeah. Usually white plays one of ABC. It might have been another Robin. Yes, that's true. That we also met another Robin. Now I remember. So were you not in Grenoble during the huge tournament? Okay, I see. So ABC are normal moves, but this is quite good for black direction wise. So white chooses another direction, which is locally a good result for black. This is locally good for black, but now this move is not perfectly placed. Yeah, and black continues. Okay. And we have an unexpected Joseki. A usual move is to play from the outside, and now again jumping into the corner makes sense. Maybe even more sense than on the top, because now J3 is quite much the worst possible move white can have on the bottom side. It puts exactly zero pressure on black's group, and it is located right next to a move which would put pressure, because if white has a move here, then there is a very strong continuation. But if white has a move at J3, then for sure white will not continue at H3, right? It would make no sense. Also, a move, this attachment might make sense, because it might be a bit difficult for black to answer. Like maybe black answers like this, but now it is actually quite good for black if white finishes with an empty triangle, which means that this Joseki, even if disregarding the pincer, it is good for white. Right now it is a normal Joseki to play, and maybe black can continue here. In the game, black went in, which is not often seen, and goes into the corner. White answers correctly, and now a very slight mistake of white. White played Hane from the other side, but it was possible to go down first. And I don't expect black to ignore it, because, well, maybe, like, first of all, once we can answer always. Yeah, and even if black plays here, we have the Hane. So black will sooner or later end this move, because black doesn't want to just lose everything if white cuts. And if black plays here, then it is quite a good exchange. It might not look like it. It might not look like it is a very good exchange, but in fact it matters a lot, because in the future it might be that black runs, white plays here, black plays a move, and then suddenly b8 is sent, which has a very, very big value. Sorry for jumping back. So just Hane is a bit inefficient. Then white connected. And this move of black is incorrect, because black is already alive in the corner. Black is fully alive. There is even no center move on the outside, because white didn't go down. So if now white cuts black, black is not worried about it. So this is how black should play. In the game though, well, this move is slow and white just connects on the top. It's also possible to play elsewhere, but connection on the top is solid. Then white plays Shimari and black cuts. Makes sense, yes. There is still this weakness in white's shape. And now white let black destroy the shape, which is very much of a pity. Maybe better to play like this, because black is not about to enclose white's group yet. So just play these exchanges is probably useful. Like, you don't need to be scared about a group which cannot be enclosed with one move, which kind of has two ways to go, 1 and 2. You often you can find time to play another important move in such moments. In the game, white jumped, black played this, and white answered very calmly, and this move of white is completely not acceptable. We cannot lose these two stones because black's group is still weak. I see that white thought that the group is not really attackable once black can get out like this, but it's not quite the case, because this going out is very painful for black. White is very happy with what white gets. So I am not sure if black would continue like this. Maybe black has this peep. This might be genius. And then go like this. But I don't know, maybe even if it's better to sacrifice 4 stones than 2. I am not sure of this claim though. Play here. Deep enough to see m4 weak. Yes. So just you didn't like this variation because black gets so much, but white gets also a nice shape. So this is not white needs to be so much scared of. I don't know about this peep because this looks quite good, but still I think white gets out and white is not too scared of this variation. And like this we lose 2 stones. It's points, it's strength of black's group, and even though we get this Hane, black can manage the situation easily. In the game, white went up. Interesting choice. Black doesn't care about the stone. And now, if black didn't care once, then maybe better to not care anymore. Maybe better to just ignore this stone, because white already spent so many moves to do harm to this stone that we can just accept it. And Tenuki. Black now saves the stone. All right, also makes sense. But white gets a bit on the outside. And that move of white is strong, yes. Here black attacks white, which is annoying, but white is not too weak. Well, unfortunately, if we play here, then black plays this one, and still there is this possibility of cutting, but in fact it's not that much of a cutting. Like, we can always give away 2 stones. So in the game, white played a very peaceful move with just connected, but it's a bit slow. It's letting black exactly what black wanted, like pressing white, kind of making white play the dame. And because there is still a lot of space everywhere, and the group has a lot of possibilities, and there is maybe also a hole here, white doesn't need to be that much hiding in one's arms. I don't know how to say, but it's possible to just forget about the few stones, and they will still be in play later. It's not that they are useless. But if we play like this, we give a bit too much to black. Misread. I see. So like this it doesn't work, and like this, unfortunately, we don't capture anything. We only squeeze black, but in fact it's not very nice if we finish in Got and black can still capture. Yeah, that's unfortunate, of course. Misreads are a problem in Go. If we don't play that one, then we can just play M2. How big is O2 or N2 for black? Yes, he says. Interesting question. Well, black played this move. This is quite big. It is like 10, 15 points. Maybe 14. And still it has a continuation. N2 felt slow. Well, it is slow, but what does white do? Does white play here? Alright, white will be out, but we have so much cash. I don't know. I think I would just accept it. White would continue with p6. Good suggestion. p6 to press black and get strength, but maybe the next push is not sent anymore, or black can at least block, bend. All right, I think it's a possible game, but this is also fine. The problem is that white saves these 14 points in center. Black needs to kind of add a move, otherwise white lives very easily. And the correct move of black was here. This move leaves white with half an eye, let's say. A bit like half an eye. But this move gives white 1.5 eye. White can just live with one move. So this made the game very easy for white, and now white goes to counterattack. Yeah, so just play this move, as this is the vital point. It leaves some agi, that's unfortunate, but for now white cannot really use it because white needs to take care of the group. And right now white counterattacks. That's very brave of white. I don't know if it's not too much. Maybe it's alright to play this one, because anyway it's a very big move. It destroys that hole and it pulls the hand towards that group. So maybe we can kind of force black to enclose us. Sorry, wait. Force black to enclose us and then play that move. I don't know. Aiming to pull out 018. I see. The pull out is quite strong. Yes, it is a quite strong pull out. But certainly not for now, because there is that huge group. Yes, of course. So maybe you can do it now. Like this, I think you are happy with what you got. Like this, also good exchanges. So maybe you can pull out now. I mean, now S14 is a little bit inefficient. Black gets something on the outside, but I think not bad exchanges. So maybe you can pull out now. White plays counterattack. It might be too much, because I don't see that much perspective in this move to live, to create another eye. I see that white is trying to destroy black's shape, but there might be a problem if we, I don't know, go like this and that, and then apparently that move doesn't give us an eye, and we still need to go down at 0-1, then black gets the initiative in the resulting fight. So this might be a bit much. Okay, black jumped this move. And then just played here. Interesting. White jumps out, but white is now trying to kind of deal with the problem which white has just created. And it's not an easy problem to deal with. Where to play? I don't know, maybe better to play like this and try to do something on the bottom, because what do we gain if we even save this stone? Okay, now white tries to destroy black's shape. Nice. Good cuts. Ay. We are not allowed to play this move. I think we are allowed. I think this is alright for white, because later we will still have a chance to pull out this stone. So so I think block here. Black has an option to cut us like this, but this we accept. This is completely fine for white to get the side. If black just connects, then it's clearly better than the game, because black is not connected. And if black plays like this, then we have a one-way street. This is quite a one-way street. Maybe at first it doesn't look promising, but then when we look at this final result, white has sent it to go out. I think white should be happy with this. In the game, white connected. That's also an interesting idea because we still aim at pulling out this one. I mean, maybe play A in center, though I am not sure if it's completely center. It's a little bit of center, yes. For now, white needs to take care of the group. And connection. That's not bad for white. More simple because R7 agi is scary. That's true. What if you play here now? I see that in fact white is still aiming at just playing these moves, and maybe even just getting many liberties and then fighting against black. Yeah, I see. That's why black connected. Interesting. So in the end, this connection is not bad. If there is such an annoying agi. There was also this option, but it doesn't look incorrect to connect. Maybe now. Maybe now something like this. Maybe yes. To just make sure that it's all connected. S12 is suspicious. I feel it cannot be incorrect, but maybe it's suspicious. Where would you play? Would you play this one or that and let white connect? Well, yeah, the agi is created, but if we can now connect everything, then the agi is not too bad. White doesn't have space to make life. So I don't know. Maybe S12 just creates a problem, but it was still possible to deal with the problem right now. Here, and here. Still there is that possibility. Interesting. So white is managing this fight somehow. And maybe yes, maybe it's possible for black to just play very simply. I don't know, it would be another game. And then in the actual game, black connects because of the agi. White gets this and this. So white now has an aim. White attacks black's group. White got what white could before making life. Makes sense. Even though it would be even nicer if white can just make sure that there is an I here in Gote. Possibility of making an I in Gote. Wait, K9. This connection here. Because there is this. So nice. Yes. Ay. Maybe black can save both cards with this move, but even if black does, still white gets this in center, which means that white has two eyes, and white can continue. And continuing has a big value. At all, L12 would do so well. L13 should be jump. Maybe. I am not sure. Like, it depends whether we can force white to live in take center by enclosing white and then continue. Because if we can in this variation, then it's all right. If we can still continue on the outside. In the game, it was a compromise. White finished in gote, but white got something in center. Like white got some good exchanges. Even though, there is still this one. So probably white should aim at making this exchange, so that later to this move we can respond like like this, but still not easy, still not so easy. Okay, so now black takes center, and I think that this means that the game is good for black, because this invasion is quite difficult to deal with for white. White's aim should be quite much to finish in center. Let's say white did, and then white can play here. We can try to count points. Let's say 30. Let's be generous. 40, 4, 50, plus a lot of potential on the top. I would count white's points like this. So how much was it? 40, 50 points plus potential. And black has 30 minus 3. So let's say 30 up to here. 34, 42, maybe up to 50, but not that much potential. So to win the game, black would need to destroy white's potential and kind of really not get under attack, not get a bad shape. Then black can still win the game. But I think that white has a little advantage. But if black finishes in center, then I think that it might be difficult for white. Yeah. Black split white. And here, interesting, this move and then not answered. Here some strange things happen. So why didn't black just tenuki? Black was apparently afraid that there might be this move coming. This. But is it really so? What if now black plays here, white connects? Okay, then still black can get disconnected with this move of white. Yeah, so black connected, and black wanted to do it in center. Then maybe makes sense. And white, before answering, white decided to play Atari first. It's a bit unexpected that black didn't continue. Better than f6. Well, maybe it's possible to ignore for now. But yeah, it's scary. It's scary. What happens? What happens here? We have only one eye, and can we get the second one around here? I think no. Yeah, it seems no eye, so it might be risky. All right, in the game it's like this. Yes, very sneaky, but not sure if correct. But then yeah, maybe it was better for white to play here. Yeah, I know what happened in the game. In the game it looked like white is already alive, but in fact we have only one half eye right now. Bad assumptions sometimes cost a lot. So right now black managed to run, and this was already good for black, and then also white died with the group, so the game finished very fast. But if black manages to run, then maybe anyway black is good, regardless of the agi. Let's count again. 30, 6, 40, plus a few. And white has 15, 20, maybe 30, 40, 6, 50. No, in fact, it's quite alright for white, if we don't die. Because black is forced to play these inefficient moves. Usually after an attachment we would like to play Hane or this one. If we play like this, it's very inefficient. By the way, maybe we can still cut, no? What happens if we cut? If white plays this one, then it might be very scary for white. And if white continues, then we can get a lot on the outside. So why not cut? I think we should cut. But in the game, it's too thin, these moves of black. So now black runs. But if white doesn't die, then maybe white can win this game. But then this annoying cut came, and yeah, unfortunate for white. If white knew, then white would just make sure that everything is alive. In fact, it's not easy to make sure of it. We would need to play this move. Okay, so the game finished quite fast. So that's it, I think. A difficult fight started here. Yeah. And, well, of course, it has a very big value to capture these 5 stones, so I think that it was still better to connect and hope that we don't die, or to continue right now with the move somewhere there. Maybe not too bad situation for white overall, if there is still this possibility of cutting black. Okay, that's it, and we will move to the next game.